Hello, and thank you for tuning in. If you're a new viewer or you're a returning viewer, I just really want to say I appreciate you. So, I'm often asked, what drew you to the real estate appraisal profession? Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Kathy Allen Gray. I am a licensed real estate appraiser in the state of Missouri. I currently reside in Kansas City, Missouri. I am the sole proprietor of Ladies Appraisal Service, where we specialize in residential appraisals and small investment properties. So, I want to again kind of give you a background, my background, rather, and see if any of this resonates with you. And if any of it resonates with you, well, real estate appraisal may be something that you may be interested in pursuing. So, I am the protege of a family of small business owners. My father was a small business owner in a small town. I grew up around business. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I'm proud of it. I have been an entrepreneur from the age of 10, where I had a concession stand in the park, to playing music in clubs as a teenager, to working for Jackson County Juvenile, worked my way through college. So I come from a family who believes that nothing beats a failure but a try, and that is my philosophy. So in the late 90s, I found myself divorced and with two daughters that were preteen and teenage years. But I'm kind of skipping ahead myself here, so let me backtrack just a little bit. Um, I am a graduate of the University of Missouri in Kansas City, where I majored in sociology. When I came out of college in the late 70s, there were no jobs. So I thought sociology as applied to business is marketing, and I found myself in a management training program. So what I am trying to say is that I have a good business administration background, but in addition to that, my family again believed that nothing beat a failure but a try. We're do-it-yourselfers. So in the early 70s, my dad bought a three-story home on Benton Boulevard. He paid $3,000 for it. It had 3,000 square feet in it. We remodeled it from the top to the bottom, from the roof to the foundation. The foundation was good, but everything else in that property had to be replaced. So, being from a do-it-yourselfer background, I found that I actually enjoyed it. So, now let's go back to the 40s and the midlife crisis and going through a divorce with two teenagers. So, having the sociological background that I knew could be applied to marketing or view of a market, and having a do-it-yourselfer background, and having the spirit of an entrepreneur, I realized that real estate was something that I had a passion for. That thing that I would do if I were not paid, but I would just do it just simply because I enjoyed it. That was the thing that I had a passion for, and I knew it was real estate. I knew I could pursue it in many different ways. I could become a real estate agent. That was out for me because I realized that I did not have the patience for it. I would have been one of those real estate agents, and this is the reason why I am not a real estate agent to this day, is that I realized I don't have the patience for it. If I took a client to see properties and we looked at 10 of them, after that I'd say, well, pick one. But that's not appropriate in the field of real estate, as a real estate agent, which is why I am not a real estate agent, and I give my hat off to those people that can do that. So that was out. I thought about being a mortgage broker, but I realized that if I did not really have a good grasp of the value of the property, that my deal could collapse, because I realized, having a background in sociology, that we all think highly of ourselves. You see, the fact of the matter is, everyone thinks they live in a Taj Mahal. Well, and why shouldn't you? And for those of you who don't know what the Taj Mahal is, a Taj Mahal was built by an Indian official in honor of his wife. It's said to be, it's one of the 7 miracles of the world, is my understanding. So we all think that where we live is fantastic because we live there. But that doesn't mean that someone else will see it the way that we do. So I knew that I wouldn't be, a mortgage broker would be kind of risky. So then one day the thought just came to me, and this was the late 1990s. We're talking 1997. I thought, I'll become a real estate appraiser. I bet they are really, really busy. And during that time, this was the build up to the crisis that we went through in 2008. And they were extremely busy. So, having gone through a public condemnation, which my family and I went through when the Kansas City, Missouri School District expanded, I was familiar with what a real estate appraiser did because one came out to appraise our home. And that happened to be a black appraiser at that time. He was head of the largest black real estate appraisal firm in Kansas City, Missouri. And my dad had done business with him, and my ex-husband and I had done business with them. So when I decided to become a real estate appraiser, I approached them and I asked them to take me in as a trainee. And fortunately, they did. And that's why I'm sitting here today. So that is what led me into real estate appraisal. So when I speak to my clients about scope of work and what are you doing and the frustrations that it goes through to be when you're a do-it-yourselfer, I'm still a do-it-yourselfer. I rehab this house. I bought this property as a foreclosure. This room that we are in, I gutted down to the studs and I built from the inside out with insulation and the proper moisture barriers and everything. So I do understand what you go through and the ups and downs and the pitfalls, but I also understand the successes. And please understand that I understand and appreciate good workmanship, and I know what it takes to accomplish that. I do understand what it takes when you're working on this old house too, as well as new construction. So I hope that this has given you a background of who I am and kind of what I bring, the philosophy that I have when approaching you as a client, and that of Ladies Appraisal Service. We aim to be fair, honest, credible, reliable, and professional. So again, my name is Kathy Allen Gray. I'm a licensed real estate appraiser in the state of Missouri, sole proprietor of Ladies Appraisal Service in Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day and stay happy. Bye-bye.